Logan, Alex Fahar with the Salt Lake Tribune. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. Um, what do you remember about being a member of Arkansas State in 2018 when that team played against Alabama?
I remember I wasn't the starter back then, but I knew at some point I was going to be ready to play. I remember going in, and that was their first home game off a national championship game after um, Tua had that crazy throw and came back in the second half and stuff like that. So it was a fun atmosphere, really good team. We're expecting to see the same thing this year. Really good team, some of the best players on the planet, and just really a good opportunity to compete with the best.
Is
Logan
there?
Jacob Nielsen. Oh, sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just had a real quick follow up. Logan, is there anything that you kind of take away from that game that you are kind of imparting on your Aggies teammates? You know how it feels, the offense, the atmosphere, anything like that that you kind of been talking about.
Yeah, I basically just told them, guys, they're a good football team. We're gonna play a lot of good football teams this year, and they're one of the best. Obviously, everybody knows that, and so we just go in there, play our best ball. When we went in there, I normally played the second half that game when we played them, and just go out there and don't be surprised when you make a play. We're on scholarship too. We can make plays too. Just be confident and know your job and do your best and see what happens. I think that go in there, try to be all, hey, we're playing this team, and you get beat before the game even starts. So I think that you just need to go in there, play ball, and treat it like a regular game. And there's no different. The field's still 100 yards long.
Logan Jacob Nielsen, KSL.com. After watching film from the Connecticut game, what's your biggest takeaway on your own personal performance on Saturday?
Yeah, there was about three throws. I really wanted back, really uncharacteristic of me, just trying to get out a little quicker than normal. Just other than that, I thought I made a lot of good decisions. They were playing really soft. We had a lot of stuff that we normally do called, and we had to get out of it. They gave us a really good run box, and we had to take care of run the ball, and I think we did that really well. I thought I made good decisions overall during the game, and I just probably there was like three throws I wanted back, and probably would have extended the drives a little longer.
Logan, Ryan Phillips, Big Blue USU Aggie News. You had several new targets to throw to this week. Assess how you feel like the game went with those guys.
Yeah, I think they did great. Obviously, a new group of guys in the room. It's going to be a little different. I didn't get to go do spring with them, but I think they did a really good job. They showed what they can do. I think it's only up from here. I think they work really hard, and I think that it's going to be continuous growth every game.
Logan, Jake Ellis, Utah Statesman.
Mhm.
Home support obviously means a lot, but you guys were undefeated on the road last year, and it seems like you were able to just channel that negative energy and really show up sometimes. Do you think that is something that could play to your advantage this week?
Yeah, I mean, I personally love road games. I like being in a locker room with 75 guys or 75 plus and all the coaching staff, and it's just us and the few fans that we get that travel with us sometimes. I love that environment. I like 20,000 to 100,000 people against you. That's just what I like and I prefer. Sometimes gets me going, and it's really fun to play on the road. I think that we had that a really good mentality last year, and I think that we can build off that from the guys that were here on the team. And so I think that we just go in there and play our best ball and see what happens. And I think that we can do as much as we want to if we play our best ball. And I think that we just got to go and practice on tomorrow and get ready to play our best ball.
Logan,
Logan,
Eric
can you take a
Franson
second?
with 1069 The Fan. And just some changes on that offensive line coming into this year. How did you assess how they played for you on Saturday?
Oh, I thought they played great. Obviously, the freshmen getting in there played awesome. I think they wanted a few blocks back or stuff like that. But overall, I thought we ran the ball really well. That was a big emphasis for this year is running the ball really well on first and second down. I thought we did that, and I think they protected really well. I was really pleased.
Logan, can you take a second just to reflect on your off season and how rehab went and how you were able to get back onto the field and not miss any game time?
Yeah, it's tough. Definitely the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my career. And I've had some injuries. It was taken from right after surgery to walking from 2 weeks after surgery to 3 times a day rehab from January all until about 2 days before the game. So, and I'm still doing it now. I just got done with it a couple hours ago. So, it's still continuing. It's going to be a long journey for me, and just growing in that aspect and just taking it day by day. It's definitely been tough and one of the hardest things I've done, but I wouldn't want to miss it for the world. So you just got to do what you got to do.
Hey, Logan, Al
Brian
Lewis
Phillips
from.
again.
Go.
Go ahead, Al.
Oh, that's. I was just going to ask you. You, you know, in your situation, you've been in a lot of these, you know, big stadiums, maybe down in the South or whatever. But you get this. Is it hard to get communications out of the noise, the way you guys run things, or is it a pretty easy system for you guys to run with noise?
Oh, I really don't. Whatever system you're in, huddle, no huddle, it's when you get 100,000 plus, especially on a third down, it's extremely hard. No matter what system you run, it's been over the years. You get really anything over 60,000, it's pretty deafening when everybody's screaming at you. So it's tough. You gotta really communicate. You gotta pronunciate really well, and you gotta have really good communication in that aspect. So it's gonna be tough. It always is down there in those big stadiums, especially Alabama. And we're looking forward to it, and it's gonna be fun.
Logan, Brian Phillips again, real quick. The offensive line, they at times played Pulealo and Cole Motes as well. Is that by design? Are you guys still trying to work on who the best five are to put out there week in and week out?
Sometimes situations happen. Like I know Waylon had a helmet come off, and Pule came in the game, and I remember. And then a Cole came out for a few series and stuff like that. It really just depends on the game. Stuff happens. Guys get dinged up for it, and then in a few plays, some guys want to get rotated in. So I don't think it's anything like that. I think that all of those guys can play. I think it's really to our advantage to have a guy that can, like Pule, can rotate in that center guard and stuff like that. So I think that. I don't think it was really a design that I'm aware of, but I think they were a really good job of plugging and playing. I think they played really well. I really didn't notice, besides Waylon going out with his helmet, I really didn't notice sometimes the guys rotating in and out, which is always a good thing.
Last question for Logan.
Logan, are you aware that there's a couple guys in New Jersey that bet $2,000 on the Aggies to win the national championship?
Yeah, I'm aware.
What do you think about that?
I'm aware that it's cool if it works out for him. It'll be a big payday for him.